Okay. Alrighty. So, hello, everybody. I don't know how many people that is. I think two. We've got one or two people, it looks like. And, welcome. Sorry, I'm so awkward. I've never done this before. So, I thought it would be fun to test out going live and checking to see how everything works and trying to get some reading in the process. So that's the goal. This is not planned out very far in advance. So, hey, Alicia's here. Hi, Alicia. Um, so, okay, I'm figuring things out. This is fun. um, all right, so I think right now we're the only ones in here. I think it's just me and Alicia at the moment. But um, hopefully, some folks will get a notification and maybe jump in. I don't know how long I'll be going for. But I figured I might as well get some reading in. What are you reading currently? I am going to be working on Moonshot, Volume 1. It's an Indigenous comics collection. So it's a bunch of short stories, comic, stories based off of Indigenous legends. So I'm about halfway through, a little less than halfway through. I'm really liking it so far. For, the folks here and anybody who watches it later. Finishing off Nubia and the Amazons and White Horse. You were telling me that White Horse is really good. I don't remember hearing about Nubia and the Amazons. Are you liking that so far? Is that good? Trying to see if anybody else gets a notification and hops in. But otherwise, I think I might give it a couple more minutes, give it like another minute or two, and then I think I'll start off with just like a 10-minute sprint just to see, just to get a little bit of reading in, kind of warm it up, see how we're feeling, see if anyone else joins. But I'm feeling pretty good about this new situation. Yeah. You're reading it slowly because it's a comic bind up in the world of Wonder Woman. Okay. Cool. Right on. I don't read a lot of comics involving superheroes. So I haven't read too many of those. Okay. Well, I think if I can figure out how to do this right, I want to start with just a 10-minute sprint and see how that goes. So I'm going to set the timer and then get that going. And then hopefully I do this correctly. It's your first DC comic, and it's new for you as well. Okay, right on. Right on. Well, I hope that you get a little bit of reading in for that. I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully this is working. All right, here we go. It's not working. Okay. It does not look like it worked at all. So, um, um, hmm, interesting. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to set my personal timer for 10 minutes and I will mute myself and then come back after the 10 minutes and then um, we'll see if I can find somebody with recommendations um, for how to go live with my timer in the future. Um, because that's something that I haven't figured out. I thought I just had to share my screen, and then I thought if let's see what we got here. If you have another tab open with timer, that's what I did. I have another tab open. I got a YouTube tab, um, and I tried just clicking on that and going full screen with it, but that does not seem to have worked. So that's okay. It's a bit of a trial and error situation. Um, and I'll just have to, I think I'll maybe see if anybody watches this after the fact, if they have any recommendations for how to set the timer, then that would be great. But otherwise, I think what I'll do is I'll just mute myself. Well, I'll set a timer um, for I'll set a timer and then I'm really good at words today. But I'll set a timer and then come back. Maybe I'll set it for 5 minutes. I'll do a 5 minute timer because then it'll just be like a quick um, a little quick thing here. So all right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mute myself and then set the timer and we'll yeah, if I know how to set timers at all. I don't fail epically. So, all right, setting a timer for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and see how it goes. Maybe I'll putz around. Actually, you read for 5 minutes. I'll putz around and see if I can figure out how to go live with my timer in that time. All right, cool. Okay. Hello. I think I figured it out. Did anybody see that? Did anybody catch that? I was very excited. um, so did anybody get any reading done? Anything else productive? Possibly. It looks like we've got a couple extra people who joined in. Um, and that's pretty exciting. So, I mean, it's mostly just exciting because I theoretically know what I'm doing now, and hopefully I can do some reading in this next sprint. Um, so, what what did anybody else? Aw, thanks, Sarah. Alicia, you have one chapter left. Okay, cool, cool. Um, I'm excited. I'm such a dork. It's fine. Um, all right. So let me bring up. Let me find another timer. Uh, what? How much time should I set the next timer for? Should I do uh, 10, 15, 20 minutes? How long y'all want to go for? Um, somebody let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Um, I see that we have 5 people in the chat now. That's exciting. Does anybody want to say hi? I don't know who's all here. Is there a way to see that, or do I only know when people comment? I think I can only tell when people comment. But um, but yeah, 30-minute sprint. Okay. Ooh, Alicia's just rolling in heavy. I like it. I like it. That's the whole goal of sprints, right? Is to get some reading in, or to be productive in other ways. If anybody's not reading, what are you working on? If you are reading, what are you reading? Uh, let me know. Comment down below. But okay, I will find a 30-minute timer since I know what I'm doing now. And it's all very exciting. Very exciting. Okay. So if I do this, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. All right. All right. Okay. Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. All right. So let's do. I've got the timer. I've got it ready. I'm gonna set it. We can read for 30 and touch back. And so I will start that. Mute myself, and um, I'll see you all back here in 30. Hello, everybody. Hopefully I didn't startle anyone. So how did everybody do? So I was figuring stuff out. I'm still trying to navigate like the balance of like reading and talking, but not hearing any response and checking the chat and all of that jazz. Because there's a few newer folks here right now. So basically, this is my first time hosting some reading sprints. So if I'm horribly, terribly awkward, just bear with me. Oh, Alicia, you finished White Horse. Did you love it? I think you were loving it. Do you love it even more? Do you love it the same? Do you hate it all of a sudden? Did something change? How was that? I read 2 stories. I'm working on Moonshot right now. I finished 2 stories. I would have gotten more, but I made some tea. So I made some tea, and I may or may not have been texting some people. So not terribly productive, but I was very excited about figuring out how to go live finally, after thinking about it for quite a long time. Alicia, you have a solid 4 stars for White Horse. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. So welcome. I don't know if I said this already or not, but welcome to anybody who joined in on the sprints. I hope you're reading something good. White Horse is a debut novel. Okay, cool. I'm excited to check it out because I know that you were recommending it pretty highly yesterday when we were chatting. Was that yesterday? I can't keep track of the days anymore. Everything feels like an illusion. But yeah, I hope everybody got some reading in. I don't know if anybody else wants to hop in the chat and, let us know how you are doing, what you're reading, how much you got read during the 30-minute sprints, or however much of the 30 minutes you were here for after joining in. So yeah, anybody who's joined in recently, what are you working on? What are you reading? Is anybody participating in any readathons this month? I myself am casually participating in Nonfiction November and the Skodan readathon. So I've been working on those, but words are failing me. I went into November. Honestly, my goal for November going into it was to try to read a bunch of books that I had already started before October and just try to finish a bunch of stuff on my currently reading list, because I was in the middle of like 15 books, and that is outrageous. Okay, yes, it was yesterday that we were chatting. Okay, cool. I'm not terribly insane. So you're working on Into the Drowning Deep. I love it. I hope you're loving it. It seems like you were loving it when you were last texting me about it. So that's exciting. So good. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Like I said, I joined in. I technically it's early this morning. Yeah, Alicia and I were video chatting yesterday for like 9 hours. I think we got off at I think it was like 2 a.m. my time. Or no, it was like 1, I think it was 1:30 my time. So it was like 2:30 Alicia's time. So we were on a video chat for a long time. All right. So thinking another another sprint. What are we feeling? Does anybody have any recommendations? Anything they're feeling for an amount of time? I would say somewhere between like 15 and 30, maybe. See how we do. But what are y'all feeling? I like I said, I mostly wanted to test this out. I want to get some reading in, but I mean, how can I help you read more? How can I help you reach your goals? What are your reading goals? See, I need 2 more minutes before it starts. Okay. All right, I'll talk about some random bullshit before I start the next timer. Okay. Another 30? Okay, Alicia says 30. Cool. I'm down for that. So, yeah. I guess, like I said, okay, talking about some random bullshit for 2 minutes. So currently I'm still in the middle of many books. And I'm hoping to knock out, I don't know how many books I'm going to finish this month yet, because we're down to the last 2 days. But I'm hoping to still, knock out some pages, get some stuff added to my brain. Yeah. I have to catch up on our chapter for Mansfield Park at some point. Yeah. I think I read through chapter 9 for Mansfield Park so far, Alicia. I'm not sure how far you are in it, and when you want to do the next chunk. I'm happy to work on some of that tonight too, if you're feeling it, if you're vibing it. Like I said, I just want to read more stuff. So yeah, if anybody's interested, currently reading at least like my physical books that I have right here. So for anybody who missed it earlier, I'm working on Moonshot Volume 1. Oh, we got some more comments here. Okay. Chapter 6, thing goes in maybe tomorrow because it's supposed to be really crappy weather. Solid. I love crappy weather because that when I don't have to go anywhere, because I love making tea. I've got my nice little octopus mug here that I got at the aquarium in the Mall of America on a recent trip. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, so I love making tea, piling under a million blankets, and reading when the weather is terrible. You love the drama of it all. Yeah, so far in Mansfield Park, so this is my first time reading Mansfield Park, which I have here. It's at the bottom of my pile. I love reading Mansfield Park. I love Jane Austen, but this is the only novel of hers that I have not yet finished reading. Okay, I see you, Sarah. I'm gonna just keep chatting for a little bit here. But so I've read all of Jane Austen's other novels, not the unfinished one. I think it's like Sanditon, and I haven't read any of her letters or anything yet, but I'm hoping to. But it's my first time reading it, so I know you said that there's a lot of drama. I think recently my brother told me there was a lot of drama in Mansfield Park also. But it feels to me like it's all still building up. Like they're still setting up all of the connections, how everybody knows each other, and I feel like it's gonna pop off anytime here. So it's quite the build up, but I feel like it's gonna be a little wild in a chunk. It's one of your favorites, second to Persuasion. I read Persuasion. I was really struggling with Persuasion just to like follow everything. I think it's because at the time that I read it, I was really distracted by a lot of other stuff that was going on. So my brain just wasn't present. So my plan is to watch a movie adaptation of Persuasion and then return to the book. I tried watching that new Netflix adaptation, and even even I could tell that it was pretty terrible. So um, I still need to find some other version to watch. But yeah, other stuff that I'm currently reading. So in a fun turn of events, I'm also reading Emma by Jane Austen. Um, so uh, so that's fun. That's fun. I'm really obsessed with the new Emma adaptation, the movie that came out a couple years ago, and I'm working on reading that with Sam over at Sarcasm and Sci-Fi. We are planning to read it because she wants to watch the movie, but she won't watch a movie adaptation until she's read the book first. For pretty much anything in existence, if she knows that it's a movie, she will not, or she knows that it's a book, she won't watch it before reading it. So I would say like 8 or 9 times out of 10. So she wants to read it. So we're working on that, and we'll probably talk about it on the Drunken Library, which is another channel that I have. If you're not familiar, her and I co-host it, and we get drunk and talk about books. It's a great time. Uh, shameless promotion. I'm also working casually on Les Mis by Victor Hugo. Just I'm 314 pages in to like 1450. So that's cool. I also started Walden. This isn't something I'm really actively like trying to like read. I guess Les Mis is also pretty casual. Mostly I just pick either of them up here and there, read a couple pages, and see how we go. I've also been reading The Gathering Dark, which is edited by Tori Bovalino. So this is the spine. I don't have the cover. I like the little skeleton, the little skull. I don't have the sleeve, but basically it's a collection of folk horror, an anthology of folk horror. Yeah, and it came out this year. So I've only read 2 of the stories in here so far, but I really like them. So I've been really digging this, and I'm excited to knock out a couple more of those at some point. All right. Here we're rereading it at some point. Persuasion, yeah, I'm down. I'm totally down. The 95 adaptation, it's a TV movie, actually really fantastic. Yeah, I think I'd asked you for a recommendation for Persuasion, and that's the one that I'm hoping to find. I haven't looked for it yet, but that's the one. I remember it was sometime in the 90s. I didn't remember which specific year. But all right. So I'm going to get the timer ready. And make sure that this is okay. So let's get it set up. So I'm going to set the timer for 30 again. And it's on Amazon. I think if you have Amazon. I do have Amazon Prime. Okay. I will make a note of that and look it up. That's awesome. So I'm going to set the timer for 30. Everybody can read and then come back, and we can hopefully talk about what we're reading and how much we got done and things and stuff. So I will catch you all in a few. Hello, everybody. How did your reading go? How did your reading go? I got another couple stories from Moonshot. I made some more tea. Decided to channel my inner Uncle Iroh and make some jasmine tea. That's what I was feeling. Don't mind me just awkwardly checking my other tab. Yes, I'm sorry, Sarah. That happens to me frequently when I'm reading and when I'm a guest on somebody's reading sprints. It always happens because it's so quiet and you're getting so in the zone, and then even sometimes people will be like, "Alrighty then," and I'm like, Jesus. And other times they'll just do like little clickety clackies or something like that, and it still scares me because I'm like, what the fuck is going on in my house? So, yeah, casualties of productivity, I guess. Sorry, love you, but sorry. Got a nice chunk done in Nubia and the Amazons. Huzzah! Excellent. That's exciting news. Hello. Books in perfect condition. I love your channel name. I don't know what your name is though. But welcome. 20% of Pining for You by Lydia Michaels. I don't know if I've heard of that one, but I'm curious. What is that one about so far? Can you fill me in? Can you tell me? I forgot my phone was open. This was up. I was so into my book. Excellent. And because I know you're reading Into the Drowning Deep, that makes me doubly happy. I love Into the Drowning Deep. I might impulsively decide. Is it impulsive if I'm deciding now? I might listen to the audiobook for that for next month, just because I know that you've been reading it. It makes me, I've been thinking about it, and then I've been wanting to read it again, and such a good book. I love Into the Drowning Deep. Still waiting on that sequel though. Priscilla. Welcome, Priscilla. It's nice to meet you. Great series. Ooh, fantastic. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Is this so it's part of a series? So is it not the first one? Are you starting the series, or are you kind of like into it already? How long have I read? I think the last time I read Into the Drowning Deep was about 4 years ago. Maybe, actually, I think 3 years ago. I think I read it in 2019. I was doing a bunch of readathons, and there was one in particular where I was, it was a competitive page-based readathon, and I was setting some incredibly lofty goals for myself. And I buddy read it with some folks that I talked into joining the readathon that aren't really part of BookTube or the online book community or anything. But they joined with me, and then they read it. And I think that's the last time I read it. So it was about 3 years ago. But it's kind of one of those books that I think I could reread it over and over and over and probably over again. Another book, actually, that I've been thinking about rereading lately is Kindred. I don't know how many people watching are familiar with Octavia Butler, but Kindred is my favorite book, and it's getting a TV series adaptation on FX, and it begins streaming on December 13th. So I'm really excited to check it out. I'm a bit nervous because, whenever they take a book that you love and do an adaptation, you're always curious whether they're going to do it justice, do well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I was thinking about starting that again soon. I think Alicia and I were talking about buddy reading Kindred in December. So for the record, I'd be down if somebody else wanted to join in. Alicia, if you're cool with that. Number 4 in the Jasper Falls series. I believe they are standalones, and I picked up this review copy off of NetGalley. Cool. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're really liking it. I've never used NetGalley. I love the idea of it, but I am a horribly impulsive reader, and I feel as though I would get something off NetGalley and then never read it. It'd take me like 4 years to get to something as a early release review. So I feel like I am not their target participator, because that would be terrible. You have that on your TBR. Oh, you have Kindred on your TBR, or Into the Drowning Deep? Both are amazing books. I highly recommend both of them. Should be Letters from the Inside. No, I shouldn't. I read that once and it ripped out my heart. I was so bummed. For anybody who is watching, Sarah's my cousin. Fun fact. But I was looking for something to read, and she loves this book, Letters from the Inside, and she recommended it to me, and I read it, and it was so interesting, and it was going so well, and then sad things happened. Very sad things happened, and I wasn't ready. I was not prepared emotionally, and she just laughed at my pain. Rudely. So rudely. I have to join. Hey, cool. We can get together on do you have I can't even say words. Do you have Voxer? We could do Voxer, or possibly Twitter, or something else. Whatever works. But yeah, it could be fun. I love Kindred so much. I mean, I would have like a low key goal of trying to finish it before the 13th. Might be a little bit lofty, but honestly, when I first read Kindred, it was actually an assigned book when I was a freshman in high school. None of the books that I read in high school were the books that everybody else has read in high school, except for like Beloved. I think Beloved was. And yeah, you laughed at me. So rude. You do love books that rip out your heart. Instagram and Twitter. Okay, we can connect up. I'm on, my Twitter is Amber Unabridged. So if you find me, let me know what you are, and then I'll find you and make like a little group chat, and we'll read Kindred. I'm so excited. So yeah, but yeah, if we, I can't even say words today. Yeah, that thought just yeeted right out of my brain. So Kindred is really great. And so it would be cool to try to like read it before the show comes out. And, even though it would be kind of, I mean, it's not a very long book. I think it's certainly less than 300 pages. I think it's 200 something, maybe. I can look it up. If you hear any weird noises, it's just Mother Nature losing her shit outside. But when I first read Kindred in high school, it was books in perfect condition. Sweet. I will find you and add you. Wow, what is my computer doing? No, we're not doing that. So I first read Kindred in high school, and it was assigned, and so we'd have to read a certain number of pages or chapters per day or what have you. And I would get to the end of whatever chapter was assigned, and I was like, I can't stop. I need to continue because I have to know what happens. And then what was funny is that every time I've reread it since then, I have the same reaction. I know exactly what's going to happen, but I can't stop. So I think that reading it very quickly shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's a damn good book. The book you mentioned for high school reading, never heard of that. What was it again? Kindred by Octavia Butler. It is a story about a modern Black woman who gets pulled back in time to a slave plantation and has to navigate being kind of stuck for periods of time and sort of evaluating what evaluating what it means to be a Black woman in America, how much has changed, from the time when slavery was legal to modern day. The book was written in the 70s, so the modern day is the 1974 or 76, 78, somewhere in the 70s. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that. Everybody understands what that means. But I think the show, because it's taking that same concept, the show is set in like 2022. It looked modern. Something in the preview indicated that it was now and not the 70s. So I don't want to give away any more about the plot, but it's so hard to explain because even without I always feel like sharing the synopsis, it doesn't always, at least the way I share it, it doesn't sound appealing, but it's legitimately awesome. It's one of the greatest. It's a classic. It's never gonna be bad. Oh man, I can't even, stumbling over my words here. So, all right. So impromptu Kindred buddy read for December. Sarah, are you in on that too? We got Alicia. We got Priscilla. Hold on, did I remember your name correctly? I'm scrolling back up. Priscilla. Yeah. What we got here? I only have it on audio. I've never listened to. Oh wait, no. I think I might have listened to the audiobook for Kindred once, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But Alicia, you prefer, generally, you like to physically read books and listen to them at the same time, right? I don't know if the show will live up to. I don't know. I hope the show lives up to the book. I doubt that it could be better than the book because Octavia Butler she was literally a wizard, a genius. She was amazing. Octavia Butler was the best. So yeah, maybe big TBR, big mood reader. Okay. Yeah. And yes to reading and listening. Octavia Butler is amazing. So I remember what I was saying before that. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this buddy read. Honestly, one of my biggest goals in life is to bring Octavia Butler to as many people as possible. So Kindred was my gateway book to Octavia Butler. I've since read all of her I think I've read all of her fiction. I have all of her novels. I have her short story collection. Well, both of them, because I have the physical copy for Bloodchild, and then there's another collection of hers, short stories that is almost exclusively available as an ebook. I think it's like Unexpected Stories or something along those lines. But I believe I think there's a publisher that has published a physical copy of it. But I'm not confident on that. I think I remember seeing somebody had one, and it was interesting. So, but yeah, this is great. Oh, so good. So, all right. Well, I'm thinking I might do another shorter, sprint here, maybe start winding down soon. How would you guys feel about a 20-minute timer? Would that work for everybody? Would that work? Because you could get a little bit more in and chat a little bit more after, and then plan some buddy reading fun times. So, but Sarah, I definitely understand having a big TBR and being a big mood reader. That's why I can't do any NetGalley stuff, because um, I would just not get to it. I'd be like, yes, I'll review this book before it's published, but I wouldn't get to it before it's published. So, okay, all right, 20 minutes. Let's do it. I'm gonna bring up the thing, and apparently my timer started. Happy reading. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't scare anybody. How did your reading go? Excuse me. I got quite a few stories in this chunk. I didn't run to go make tea or anything. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking I might do one more sprint after this to try to finish Moonshot, because it's really good and I'm almost there. And I know that if I stop doing the sprints and just go say, oh, I'll just go read it on my own, I won't. So, all right, let me get a couple comments here. Alicia said we have to start the witching hour soon. Yep, got to do that too. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be hefty. That's gonna be really hefty. LL just signed up figuring it out. Priscilla, what did you just sign up for? What are you just figuring out? YouTube? Are you just starting YouTube? Because I went and creeped on your channel and you don't have any content right now, so I didn't know if it's a channel in the making, or if you had content and then got rid of it, or what the deal was there. So I'm curious. 13 pages left. Hey. So Alicia, you'd be interested in another sprint to try to knock out, to try to finish that up, huh? Well, I've got another 15%. Nice. So you're what, 35% total, give or take? NetGalley. Oh, okay. Okay, right on. Are you liking it so far? Is this the first book that you got from NetGalley, or have you done a couple? It's getting so good, but I have to go to sleep. Oh man, yeah, I feel ya. I think I'm gonna do like a 10-minute sprint after this, because I think that'll be enough, hopefully, for me to finish the book that I'm working on. And if you leave before we do that sprint, I understand, because sleep is important or whatever. Sleep is required for stuff and things. But if you stick around, then that is also awesome. Regardless, I'm really glad that you joined. Actually, all my bookish stuff. Okay, right on. Well, I hope that you're digging it so far. I hope you're having a good time with the bookish stuff. Because yeah, I really like it. I've been off and on doing booktube stuff since like 2014. I started with my dual channel. I can't even say words. My dual channel, or duo channel, I guess, with my friend Sam. We have a YouTube channel together called The Drunken Library, where we get drunk and talk about books. And we started that in like 2014, and then through the years, we each have our own channels, and we've not posted on TDL. We've each posted individually. We've taken hiatuses on our channels, and so sometimes life happens and stuff changes, and everything's great. But it's fun. It's a good time. Sleep is stupid. I love it. Yep. That pretty much sums it up. First book. We've gotten 35% done since sprinting with y'all. Oh, hey, nice. Excellent. Only 15% left to go to finish. 41% according to Goodreads for Into the Drowning Deep. Heck yeah. Love it. I have to head to bed, anyone. Love you too, Sarah. She's my cousin, everybody. All right. Well, thanks for sprinting, Sarah. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you joined us. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get another timer ready. Because it sounds like Priscilla's got 15% left. Alicia's got 13 pages left. Priscilla's saying good night, Sarah. Oh, it looks like she might be gone already. And then I've got, I don't know how many pages or what percentage I've got left. I've got this many. You can see it's just a wee little bit. Just a wee little bit. I wasn't even halfway into this when we started sprinting. Now, granted, if I'd have been not running off and making tea every 2 seconds and texting people about how excited I was about actually figuring out how doing live sprints work, because this is my first time doing it, or like hosting it on my channel. I was having some technical difficulties earlier. So once I figured things out, I got very excited and I was texting a lot. But yeah, if I hadn't done all that, I probably would have finished this already. But as we are, I have a few pages left to go. Hello, Mr. Vincent. Oh, my cat has wandered in here, but he does not seem like he wants to get on the internet. I wonder if I can tempt him. Yeah, Mr. Vincent. Yeah, thanks. Can I ask how you found it? because because I was really just winging it. I was really just winging it. I just kind of poked around until I figured it out. Vinny, you want to say hi to everybody who's watching right now? I love my cats, guys. Come here, Vinny. No, you're gonna okay. You're gonna go that way. No, he's not. He's not gonna cooperate. And I don't want to force him or make him uncomfortable or anything. But if y'all stick around, you'll see him eventually. All right, so I don't know. I'm thinking to do another sprint. I was thinking maybe 10 minutes. Is that enough? Do you guys think that's enough? Do you want me to set a little longer one? Do you want a shorter one? What are you feeling? Let me. I don't really technically have to be anywhere, so I am open to suggestions. So whatever works for you. Hi. He's being very cute. Switched reading sprints and my channel popped up. Hey! Excellent. I love that. Vincent, come here. Let me show you off because you're super cute. He's looking for mischief. 15 sounds good. All right. I'll find a 15-minute timer. We can do that. That works for me. Just getting it loaded up here. I'm still super awkward when I'm like looking when I'm trying to like set up the timer and find that I don't keep talking because I can't talk and click a mouse at the same time apparently. So so yeah, alrighty. Well, I'll get that timer going. Let me get the timer up. And then I'll get it going and I'll meet you all back here in 15 minutes. See you soon. everybody. How did your reading go? Did you get your goals met? Did you knock something out? I think the 15 minutes was perfect for me. I just finished Moonshot. So for the record, this is an amazing collection. I highly recommend it. Try not to get like a mad glare on here, but yeah, Moonshot, the Indigenous Comics Collection, Volume 1. I don't know if there's a Volume 2 or not. This came out in 2020. I was just taking a peek, and I really loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, that was cool. Got that done. Alicia, did you finish your book? I can't remember what it's called right now. The Amazon something. I'm totally messing it up. I'm totally spacing on what it was. And Priscilla, did you finish what you were working on? I don't remember the name of that one either. I'm the worst at remembering what things are called and remembering names of stuff. So, and I'm trying to scroll through and find it, but I can't even do that apparently. My eyeballs don't want to work just like my memory doesn't. So that's fun. That's a good time. All right, great progress. Good job. Thank you. Almost on 8% red. Sun woke up. Yep, that'll do it. Not that I can relate. I only have cats. I have 2 cats. They occasionally like to, use mischief o'clock as an excuse to wake me up. But whether or not they're awake or not, sometimes they'll be awake and totally, it will completely not affect my personal sleeping, but occasionally they decide that they're awake and therefore mischief must happen, and then I don't get to sleep anymore. So that's the closest I can relate. I know it's different. You finished your book. Yay. Pining for You. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm gonna have to look that up just to see what it's about. Your cat, Avison? Did I say that right? Avison? Guilty of that for sure. That's yeah. When you know, you know. If you know, you know. What's that abbreviation that's going around these days? Abbreviation for if you know, you know. It took me a while when I first saw it. I was like, what is this? And then I figured it out. Or I might have Googled it. Who knows? Sometimes I have to look up the acronyms for things because I'll see them and I'll be like, I want to be part of the in crowd. I want to know what's going on. But excellent. I'm really glad that everybody got some reading in. I would read more, but I'm no longer interested in sitting by this window, at almost midnight in November in Wisconsin. It's cold. My arm is getting very cold. So I'm going to go probably cozy under some blankets and watch some stuff or read some stuff or do some other fun things. Be reviewing the book on Instagram, posting it tomorrow. Oh, cool. Is your Instagram name the same as your Twitter name and the YouTube channel? You're very welcome. I did this. I love reading sprints. I think they're a lot of fun. And, ironically, I never thought about just looking them up like you did tonight. I was always like, oh man, if I can't find them, I should just start doing them. But I have ulterior motives for wanting to go live in general. I want to, so I'm going to be working on this project. I started this reading project last year, but life happened and it kind of got significantly derailed on my end. But I want to read The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikibu. So it's like the oldest Japanese novel, technically the first novel ever written. It's a piece of classic Japanese literature. I really like Japanese culture. That's one of my things that I'm really into. So yes. And so I started a read along, and some friends over at Aaron's reading channel, or Aaron's reading room, and then his partner Lane. The two of them decided to join me in reading The Tale of Genji, and we were kind of originally doing like read a chapter, film a review of the chapter, post the video type format, and then we would each post that. But I thought it might be more fun to transition into doing a live discussion of it, because then we can kind of discuss it together instead of I think about my own thoughts and post my thoughts and they film their thoughts and post their thoughts. I thought it would just be kind of cool to get to do a little bit of bouncing back and forth and discussing like what happens. And for it's gonna be a heck of an undertaking, because The Tale of Genji is very dense, because it was written in like the 11th century and had to be translated from ancient, like older Japanese to modern Japanese before it could get translated into other languages. And I don't believe in reading abridged books. That's why my channel is Amber Unabridged. So so we're reading unabridged copies. We're reading different editions, different translations of it. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that impacts our different reading experiences going forward. I think that'll be really interesting. But in order to, I really like the idea of doing the live discussion of the book. But I didn't know how to go live. So I was like, let me do some reading sprints. It'll be a good way to sort of test the waters, putz around with the technology. I definitely, absolutely, for sure had a couple hiccups at the beginning of this video, but I figured them out. I was very excited, and I'm excited to do more reading sprints. I like getting to chat with people. I mean, the whole reason I joined BookTube in the first place was to find more people who like to read. And so I think it's just a really fun way to engage with the community. I love joining other people's reading sprints. I really enjoyed hosting tonight. I'm excited to host sometime when maybe I give everybody a little bit more of a heads up and we can get a few more people and get a really good conversation going. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoy it. If you want to read The Tale of Genji, I can apparently host up to 6 people total, including myself. So, any given week, if you want to swap in here and there and discuss it, if you read along, you're very welcome to join in. I was just talking with Aaron earlier today, and we're looking at trying to read chapters 3 and 4 of The Tale of Genji. Oh, here's Vincent, and he's not cool. Sir, come here. You're being very cute, but very rude. No. Another time. We're talking about reading chapters 3 and 4 of The Tale of Genji, and getting together to discuss it on December 15th. So that's the plan right now. So anybody who wants to read along, you can join in on the live discussion, and we can all talk about it. I'm pretty excited. I hope we can get some momentum going on this. I know it's a real weird niche thing, but I think that it can lead to some really interesting conversations. So yeah, but I'm gonna wrap it up, I think. I had a lot of fun hanging out. Thank you for everybody who watched, and I really enjoyed hanging out with you all tonight. So I hope that you have a good night and enjoyed. I'm glad you all got some reading done, and I look forward to hanging out with you next time. Thanks. Bye.